said found it very uncomfortable that the operation had go who was standing outside and demanding, the who the case number for particular case and everything else, and they wanted to know who was and turn correctly at one point the whole sort of himself who he was and he and to he his operation.
Mhm.
But what also made him uncomfortable despite the members women the court members still remained inside. Inside and
Mm.
still wanted to inside. They also today of witness these helicopters that was hovering around, made him uncomfortable. It hovered around like 5 times and he didn't know where they were from. So what particularly made uncomfortable is all of these people were outside, including the one inside, had guns, and she was very much afraid to transpire because she felt like it could get to a point, tensions would rise dramatically, you know, terms of,
Mm.
and that made them very uncomfortable. That is what I said for me, that had I this a low driver or the bodyguard would say, called people the medical school. Actually,
Mm.
so I think that is witness syndrome to, I think that was syndrome to
Absolutely. Now, there was, you mentioned another witness coming through today. Talk to us about who the second witness for the day is at the commission.
So this is a Bridget when and I said, you know, it's like and this is what we they got a call that there were people in person and quickly rushed had to go in some himself decided after one they had decided and be you know by the time I took operate uh, well, the community, no the cost continue hours after that, and try to get out of the
Mm.
as Commissioner Kumalo would not have been wise for the police and by any operation. It is like he got the call and they could nothing that meant to stay at the crime scene, and
Mm.
this further, sort of supports this witness be that on the south would be the south and what there is for the having because as for
Mm. I mean, so much still to unpack, Smash, but I think what I can appreciate at least about the commission is that it seems to be steadily moving along, and we're not diddle-daddling with the matters of the day.
no, definitely. We are another witness some estimate like um negotiated. So what which is about this commission, I have it low sort of this is also but the lead is that indicate some of the factors like suicide, all these messages that you are moving along, this that you love to come back and continue to I think it's now this
Mm.
tomorrow Friday.
Wonderful. Especially, we'll catch up with you again then, obviously, over the next couple of days. We appreciate the time. That was Spahle Mota, SABC reporter. It's 20 past 1 o'clock. Let's take a quick pause and we'll be right back.
This October month, SFM joins the world in breast cancer awareness. We bring you conversations that highlight the importance of early detection, survivor stories that inspire hope, and expert advice that could save lives. Together, let's spread awareness and support the fight against breast cancer. SAFM, leading the conversations that move us. You are listening to The Full Circle.
All right, it is World Stroke Awareness Day, and the theme this year is Every Minute Counts, emphasizing just the importance of recognizing symptoms and the need to act fast. We've got Shoni Sanine Palama joining us now, who's a nutrition lead at the Heart and Stroke Foundation South Africa. How are you doing this afternoon?
Good afternoon, Bridget. How are you?
I am awesome. Thank you very much. Stroke being one of those diagnoses or health scares that I think almost everybody does not want to ever find themselves facing. Shonisani?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yes, I'm saying that a stroke is one of those diagnoses that we can guarantee that almost everybody doesn't want to find themselves at the other end of experiencing this.
Yes, that's very true. No one wants to have a because it changes your whole life. And because society to be able to,
Mm.
no one would want to have a stroke.
Can we talk a little bit before we even get into things like avoiding perhaps or recovering from a stroke and the role that nutrition plays? But let's talk a little bit about the key risk factors, and especially those that increase one's risk to experiencing a stroke. What are the signs, the symptoms that folks should be looking out for?
When it comes to stroke, the good thing is that no one wants to have it. It is preventable and also can do this by managing it. Because the research for stroke, it includes having a high blood pressure, which is a pressure of more than 150 more than 5 to 8. This is one of the leading causes of high blood pressure. It damages the blood for the risk of kidney disease. And healthier diet is nutrition. It also plays a role because diet that is very high in salt, which contributes to blood pressure.
Mm,
Diet that is high in fat, which increases cholesterol levels in the blood, as well as diabetes, being overweight. It can lead or increase the risk of stroke. Being physical inactive, which means not taking part in any kind of race,
mm,
it does also contribute to gaining weight, as well as high blood pressure and poor circulation, the risk of stroke. The other thing is what that does cause or increase the risk of smoking, tobacco, as well as smoking, which damages the lining of blood vessels, increasing the cause and raises blood pressure, making stroke to be more likely.
mm,
Alcohol, diabetes, blood drinking disorders, as well as the history of cardiac disease, they also can contribute to stroke. The other important risk factor that most of us would probably don't take into consideration
mm,
is stress as well as poor mental health because long-term stress and the length of mental well-being, it does contribute to unhealthy behavior. So people in distress, they feel like they need to eat sweet stuff,
mm,
some food, and at the end, this food, they are increasing high blood pressure, diabetes, as well as increasing cholesterol. And also the other thing, we are not nourishing your brain with health that will help cognitive as well as mental health. which indirectly operates off.
I mean, almost everything that you mentioned there that is a risk factor when we're talking high blood pressure, just our sort of diets as folks consuming too much sodium foods, too much sugary foods, having a sedentary lifestyle where you're just sitting the entire time, not really getting any kind of physical exercise, high stress. I think a lot of South Africans tick probably 9 out of 10 of the things that you have listed there. How do we then begin to um, just maybe even be more conscious and be more guarded around the path that we are on? Because if we're taking 9 out of 10 of the risk factors, we've got to then consciously try and roll some of that backwards.
That's very true. I think the most important thing when it comes to taking all this, make sure that you're reducing your sugar. So being mindful of what you eat as well as what you do, as well as learning to listen to your body. The first thing it comes to diet, we need to start eating a healthier diet that's low in salt, low in sugar, low in fat. We can do this by start cooking our home. So when you are able to measure how much salt, sugar, as well as fat, how you cook your food, as well as you're able to choose which food you want that we buy in already. Most of them they're high in sugar, as well as highly processed. The other thing when you cook at home, it also gives you the opportunity to use different ingredients as well as whole grains, fruit and vegetables, as well as to remove the skin, little of chicken before
Mm,
cooking to help reduce your consumption of the fat. The other thing that we need also to do becomes also physical activity. It doesn't have to be a hectic participate in exercise. It learn which things you love. It can be baking, network, walking, cycling, all these kind of things, or even doing a gardening. They do contribute to physical activity, which can help you to reduce your risk of stroke. The other thing that also we need to be mindful for is stress. When it comes to stress, it does increase your risk. So when you feel stressed, learn to do good behaviors that can good ways of managing stress, such as exercising, such as meditating, participating in yoga or moving exercise, able to manage the stress level. The other thing that's also very important is stress is if you do decide that you're stressed, by just taking a block walk, you are able to help to calm your body down from the stress, which
mm,
also helps to reduce your blood pressure in the body. The other thing we need to also stay away from smoking, drinking, alcohol, because all these things they contain of nicotine that damage the blood vessels. So all in
mm,
all, it's all about being mindful of your surroundings as well as prioritizing your health. The person you are what you eat as well as
mm.
what you do.
Now, Shanisani, we always talk around avoiding strokes, right? And maybe even getting some of these high risk numbers down. But we never talk about once you've had a stroke, for instance. Is there a role there for diet as well as exercise and other interventions to help you, um, I guess, to help you learn a better way of being?
When it comes to when you have stroke, there are things that you need to do, especially rehabilitation. It's
Mm,
one of the important things I can use once you have rehabilitation. It helps you to start learning as well as to try to rehabilitate the body to come back to the normal state. Stroke is a mid state, which means that you might not sleep, might not be able to walk, might not be able to do like you used to before. But when you start your rehabilitation program, where it consists of doctors, nurses, speech therapy, social workers, psychologists, professional nurses, they help you to be able to learn those skills that will be able to make your life easier. So starting those rehabilitation programs in it helps as well to start improving or improving your life much better because the more you delay, the more it will be difficult for you to rehabilitate the way that you are not able to move
mm.
again.
Mm. Just in your final shot, your parting words in a minute or less, the kind of support that the Heart and Stroke Foundation offers, particularly to stroke survivors.
The kind of support that the hardest job concern is our group called the Minute Heart. highly safe and encouraging space for survivors, caregivers, well, in this group meeting, we focus on promoting recovery, preventing recurrent as well as improving the quality of life. We share materials with the individuals. We also offer health risk screening for the stroke survivors as well as their family or anyone. Because remember, with this stroke, it's also important to protect with the cholesterol, the glucose. So all these things they are high. They can increase the of stroke. So if a person know their value, they are able to manage this condition, which will also decrease their risk of stroke. We also empower people to make informed decisions about prevention as well as behavior change.
Yeah, absolutely. Shonisani, we appreciate the time with you. That was Shonisani Nipalama, who's the nutrition head at the Heart and Stroke Foundation South African. Today is World Stroke Awareness Day. So if you haven't gotten your annual medical checkup, this could be the reminder for you to go through and get your annual medical checkup and know your numbers. It's 1:30. It's time for us to catch up with the headline news with Ondelambana. And then we'll come back on the other side of that and we'll chat to Elizabeth, who's the director of House of Africa World.
Thank you, Bridget. On the news headlines, the National Assembly has recommended 3 names of candidates to be appointed as IEC commissioners. The nominees are Joyce Pito, Judge Dana Pillay, and Musutu Mwepia, who is the current chairperson of the IEC. Hawks Section Head Brigadier Lisiba Mukwena has been questioned about the presence of the Hawks at the Katiso Katie Molefe's home in Johannesburg during a police takedown in December last year. And the NPA in Gauteng says it's confident it has a watertight case against a 38-year-old man accused of killing 2 young women in Mamelodi, east of Pretoria. The women, aged 21 and 22 respectively, and said to be cousins, were fatally shot. A full update follows at the top of the hour.
Extraordinary is built on innovation, and Vodacom Business is leading the way. Cloud that scales with your business, security that earns trust, AI for smarter, faster decisions, IoT that connects systems and people, and connectivity that bridges every gap. With these technologies working together, Vodacom Business is helping to build a better connected, future-ready South Africa. Visit vodacombusiness.co.za. Together, let's build the extraordinary. Vodacom Business. Further together.
Join us Tuesday evening at 6 on Afternoon Express as we open up to your best life. The one and only Somizi Mhlongo goes back to school as part of his newest foray in the world of fashion. Musical maestro Lord Kez unpacks her story and how her newest song is sweeping the nation. And we unpack how every South African can turn their dream into a reality. That's Tuesday evening at 6 with repeats Sunday mornings at 8:30 only on S3.
The National Pulse, weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Paul Biya has secured his 8th term in office. He's the world's oldest president. He's been declared the winner of the Cameroon presidential election.
I have told you and I continue to tell you, this is a guy in Cameroon who has ruled it 93 years. He doesn't speak. He can't speak. He is completely out of his mind. He doesn't know where he is. All the leaders in Cameroon, the president of the Senate is 93. The president of the parliament is 89. Another one is 82. Another one is 91. Oh, the army general, the police commander is 93. Oh, look, I am not against age.
Dr. David Matsanga, the International Relations and Conflict Resolution.
Ashraf Gada on SAF. You are listening to The Full Circle.
All right, before we head on over to our next conversation, we're going to bring you a little bit of our kids programming first. So here's a bit of Kids Corner, and then we'll come back and we'll chat on the other side.
This program is brought to you by SABC Education, enriching minds, enriching lives.
SABC Education, in partnership with the Department of Health and Lilipa Labantwana, bringing episode 48 of the Side by Side drama season 4, focused on baby's brain is developing fast.
Say and say, side by side.
Singama Africa, Kenya, Tila. Singama Africa, Kenya, Tila.
It's just amazing how quickly Mandla is growing. How every little thing he does seems important.
Yes. That's because they are important.
Mm.
The first 1,000 days of conception to a child's second birthday are crucial.
But why is that more important than any other time?
Well, the brain grows at its fastest rate during these years. Baby starts with 25% of their brain development, and by 80%. Their development at 22 months is strong prediction of their educational outcome.
But what risks do we run if we don't focus on the first 1,000 days?
Everything from chronic diseases like diabetes to a child's future weight and even life expectancy can be impacted.
Okay.
A lot of this is tied to what happens even before birth. So poor maternal nutrition can affect the baby's birth weight and the placenta's function, setting the right stage for the future health of issues.
Yeah, I think that's why I started talking to Dumisani while I was still pregnant.
But why? He couldn't understand or talk back yet. Mandla can't even talk back yet.
Well, talking, reading, and singing to Mandla help his brain develop. Early language skills are linked with later success in reading and writing and social interaction. It lays the groundwork for communication skills. He'll use this for life.
Okay.
So what can we do to help with his development?
Well, it's simple, but yet powerful. So smile at him, talk, sing, read to him.
That should be easy.
Engage in serve and respond interactions. When he babbles, you need to respond. The back and forth is vital for his brain development.
There's that serve and respond again.
That makes so much sense. We'll make sure our little Mandla gets all the love and attention he needs.
Yeah. So remember, you're not just caring for a child, you are shaping a future. And speaking about the future, guys, I am looking forward to taking my annual leave from tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
I hope all are coming to Anila's welcome party later this afternoon.
Yeah. The man.
Yeah, okay. But come along. You know Kanya and them would love to have you there.
Well, okay.
Anyways, everybody, see you all afternoon then.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, Lupumzo. Just the person I want to see.
Tola, how did it go?
Great news. My viral count is undetectable now.
Yeah.
Which means I can't pass my HIV to anyone else.
Oh,
it's a game changer, right?
It's amazing. I'm so happy for you. For you and your daughter. It means a whole new beginning.
It does. It really does.
And I also have good news.
Okay.
I wrote my first final exams for the year. Now I can relax. Kanya is actually having a welcome home party for Anele this afternoon. You should come over. Bring Tabisa to play. With Dumisani, of course.
Sure, she would love that.
I think they'd get along quite well. And there'll be lots of kids to play with. You know how they grow.
Yeah, it's a date then.
For the kids, Ola.
Sure, of course, for the kids.
See you then.
Sure.
It feels great to be back, really. Miss the simplicity of home. The closeness, I've missed all of this. I've missed seeing my daughter grow right in front of me.
Nothing feels like home soil to make you feel whole again, eh? Oh, family is the real deal.
Time with the little one is precious. It shapes them and us, doesn't it?
Absolutely. People think that learning begins at school, when in fact it starts at home. I've realized how important my role is when it comes to Tebisa's life. It's not just like being there for her, but it's being available.
My cousin, Ola, is the best father in the whole world, Organjani. Yeah, ne?
So the play date with Lupumzo, that's a good start, huh?
It's a play date for the kids, Sakumzi. Don't get any ideas.
That's how it starts. Next thing you know.
Look at them all. So happy, side by side.
Oh, Piliswa, you must enjoy your break. I wish I was you.
Ewe, please, you are a pillar in this community and you do deserve a break, Mtana.
Thank you.
Don't get me wrong. I love my work, but sometimes a woman also just needs to relax.
Of course, we are human after all.
So, darling, does this mean you will finally have a time for an appointment at Sis B's hair salon? Because, girl, please just look at your hair. You know you need help, eh? Please.
Mamsindi, Nesphiliswa. Kanya and I were just talking about how a baby's brain develops.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, ladies, for once, can we just not be on duty and enjoy this lovely party? I'm joking. Ask away. But after we've had a slice of that delicious cake, all right?
St. Joyce.
She was here just now. She walked past me like 2 minutes ago.
I think she's with her daughter.
Joyce? Joyce?
Joyce.
Joyce, open!
Joyce.
Joyce, where are you?
Oh.
Joyce?
Joyce.
Where is she?
Oh, there she is.
Joyce, were you in there the whole time, Joyce? Joyce, what's wrong, baby? Quick.
Guys, I think I'm pregnant.
Joyce!
Oh my God. Here we go again.
Well, a toast to family, new beginnings, and unexpected blessings.
Yes. Toast to that. Baby, quack.
To family.
Family.
Singama Africa Kenya yo Tina. Singama Africa Kenya.
This last episode of Side by Side Drama Season 4 is dedicated to Onikwa Nqazo, who played the role of Kanya. As she's bidding farewell on this last episode, may her soul rest in peace. She will be greatly missed.
Join us again tomorrow as we sit down with an expert at 2:30 to further discuss Baby's Brain is Developing Fast, right here on SAFM.
Side by side.
This program was brought to you by SABC Education, enriching minds, enriching lives. SAFM 104 to 107 nationwide. The National Pulse, weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
Paul Biya has secured his 8th term in office. He's the world's oldest president. He's been declared the winner of the Cameroon presidential election.
I have told you and I continue to tell you, this is a guy in Cameroon who has ruled it 93 years. He doesn't speak, he can't speak, he is completely out of his mind, he doesn't know where he is. All the leaders in Cameroon, the president of the Senate is 93. The president of the parliament is 89. Another one is 82. Another one is 91. Oh, the army general, the police commander is 93. Oh, look, I am not against age.
Dr. David Matsanga, the International Relations and Conflict Resolution.
Ashraf Garda on SAF. Bridget Masinga, weekdays on the Full Circle.
I just said to my team that there's something a little bit unfair about the fact that, we have to slave through the day. And there's somebody out there who's won 163 million rand. That was the last lotto jackpot. Remember, we remind you about the lotto almost every week. And that was the last jackpot. I don't know how many rollovers it had, but there is somebody out there that is right now trying to count how many zeros and how many days and years it would take for them to spend 163 million rand. I don't even know what the interest on that kind of money is. It would be interesting to know if you're a banker. You can hit me up on WhatsApp. We can chat about this during the commission whilst we watch the commission. On average, how much interest is that? Because I get the feeling I could live off just the interest of that 163 million. Elizabeth Gomez joins me now, who's the director of House of Africa World and curator of the Creation Africa Forum. And they returned back to Lagos earlier, just a few days ago, mid-month, 16th to the 18th of October. And they brought together over 1,000 creative professionals from across the continent. I'm going to find out more about this particular platform and its mandate. How are you doing this afternoon, Elizabeth?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm back in France after a short trip to Benin to Cotonou, so I'm fine.
Fabulous. Let's talk about the Creation Africa Forum, which was recently held in Lagos. Perhaps a little bit of context and history around the forum.
Yeah, sure. So the forum started in 2023. The first edition was in Paris at La Gaîté Lyrique, and it was kind of a test. So we invited 350 key actors of the continent, and it went very well. Like the audience was really thrilled because they had the occasion to meet their peers from other countries of the continent. So we were really happy to be able to repeat that operation, but we didn't know what was going to happen because Lagos had a different flavor, and I feel like the fact that it was on the continent created something special about the forum. But yes, the idea was to start something and start to invest on creators, just like we invest on startups or tech engineers. And yet I feel like we kind of succeeded in this way because a lot of the people who came to the forum went back with deals signed or approvals or collaboration. So we are right now doing the exercise of we want the feedback of people. So we are doing that exercise, but right now I can assure you that it's beyond what we were expecting.
And when we talk, driving investment into the creative professionals and sectors, what kind of bridge is the forum facilitating here?
So the first bridge is Pan-African bridge because what happened is you had creators and producers or designers from Senegal meeting people from Ethiopia meeting people from South Africa meeting people from Morocco, and it's not something common because usually you have to pass by Europe or the US to make that kind of connection. So once everybody was the same location at the same time, and the correction we made was really something about kind of conjugating every talent. really wanted, connection between everybody.
Mm.
So we invited investors, we invited companies, we invited just artists, we invited designers, and all that makes creative. So the first bridge was this one, and then the second bridge was something I feel like more for French and European actors
Mm.
because it was the occasion for them to see um, the power and the pureness of the quality and of the quality of what those actors are doing. Because when they are coming to, I don't know, Annecy at Festival du Film d'Animation, or when they are coming to Cannes, it's only a small a snippet of what they can even see. And this time when you have 1,000 people sharing their work, sharing their thoughts, sharing what they do best, it's a different story. It's not like you have only two delegations in Cannes talking about one movie. Now you have everybody on all sectors. So that was the British that we
Mm.
created.
I just want to take a quick pause here, Elizabeth, for a commercial break, and then we'll come back on the other side and continue our conversation with Elizabeth, Director of House of Africa World and the curator of the Creation Africa Forum.
Whether it is a CCMA referral, problems with a mechanic, unfair blacklisting, or an uncontested divorce, Clientele Legal offers professional legal services to all South Africans. Our plans are affordable, and you receive up to 745,000 Rand worth of legal services per year. We cover civil, criminal, and labor-related matters. Our nationwide legal teams are standing by to support you 24 hours a day. Plus, all plans include a 5,000 Rand bail benefit. Join today. SMS SAFM to 32195. That's SAFM to 32195. Clientele General is an authorized FSP and licensed non-life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
With the ever-changing financial landscape, it can be difficult to make sense of all the moves at times. Join me, Jimmy Moyaha, on the SAFM Market Update with MoneyWeb, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 to 7 p.m, as we break down the key market trends, top financial stories, and smart investment insights, all in one place. It's everything you need to stay financially informed and ahead of the curve.
You are listening to The Full Circle.
We are in conversation with Elizabeth Gomez, who's the director of House of Africa World and curator of the Creation Africa Forum. And it was hosted in Lagos, Nigeria, just a couple of days ago. And it brought together over 1,000 creative professionals from all across the continent for the purposes of engagement, making connections, and of course, fostering relationships that will ultimately drive investment across different stakeholders. And as you've heard, initially initiated the first edition in 2023 out in Paris. And then for this edition, Elizabeth, Lagos was the designated place to convene the attraction for Nigeria, to bring the physical conference to Nigeria.
Yes, because for us it was a way. First of all, it was a way to exit like the French speaking countries because it's easy to go to Senegal or to Ivory Coast. First thing. Second thing is like Nigeria is a driving force on this continent. You have South Africa, you have Nigeria, and then you have Kenya. And for us, it was the occasion to to kind of make something circular because in 2018, our president went to Nigeria to announce what we call the Season Africa 2020. So it was, just to pick up from that idea of 2018 and to come back in 2025, it made sense. And yeah, the artistic field in Nigeria is so huge that we wanted something that was inspiring, something that was a driven force, and yes, that's why we chose that location.
And also, I mean, depending on the artistic and the creative discipline, if you just look at the film industry, for instance, how the business of film is conducted in Nigeria is an interesting template to also be studied by various other film creatives at different regions.
Sure. And I will add that Nigeria has a diaspora that is really powerful. And coming from France, I'm the Senegalese diaspora and this Guinea diaspora in France to see what Nigerians from the outside are able to do and how they are supporting their supporting everything that is made in Nigeria.
Mm.
This was something really important for me because I wanted also my peers in France to see what Nigerians are able to do, because they are highly educated from the ones that are outside, highly educated, have a high income, so they can really participate in pushing their country, being being a force for the continent. And they created a form of pop culture. So this is everything that I wanted to be inspired of.
Absolutely. Talk to me a little bit. Do I understand that also there is a desktop and mobile platform that supports the physical gathering of the Creation Africa?
Yes, there was an app and also a website. Everything was driven by Livespot 360 Degrees agency, a Nigerian agency. They did a really great job on that form. I have to admit that without them, we wouldn't have been able to deliver something like this, because they were at every level of the organization. Physically when we started, but also strategically, it was really important for us to work with them, because I'm based in France, so it's not easy to prepare something that is not in your country when you're not living there.
Absolutely. And what I also gather from the application is that it's an added resource, right, for creatives, because it's yet another layer where they're able to drive initiatives, where they're also able to access calls for applications, for instances, resources, training, and a whole host of other support systems.
Yeah, sure, because it will allow us, first of all, to do the follow-up, and it will allow the key actors and all of the actors of the industry to gather, to share, to to be able to know what are the next, I don't know, maybe a call for application, or it will allow some of the investors also to see if there's something to do with some of the actors inside of this group. And the whole work right now is to invite people to join in, whether you are an artist or you are an investor or you are, I don't know, a production company. That's the main job that we need to do right now if we want that platform to be really, really powerful.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like an incredible initiative all around the creative, or rather the Creation Africa Forum. And I'm presuming that, of course, as you wrap 2025, you're already gearing up for what 2026 might look like and where it might be.
I'm laughing because I have to admit I am tired, so I don't want to think about the next edition. But of course, everybody is thinking of the next one, because what we did in Lagos was kind of surreal. So we need to do better. We need to learn from our flaws, from the things that didn't work, etc., etc. But I just need to sleep 1 month and then I will go back to work.
All right. Well, we'll allow you your sleep starting now. Elizabeth, thank you so much for your time. Merci beaucoup. That was Elizabeth Gomez, who is the director of House of Africa World. And literally, that is where we leave that conversation for this afternoon. Just looking at the clock, we also just have about a minute or two to go before the 2 o'clock. Top of the hour, and then the news are coming with Ondela. She's going to bring you the latest bulletin at the top of the hour. And then, of course, you know that we will go back into the ad hoc committee. We're going back into that ad hoc committee that is sitting in Cape Town. And simultaneously, also, the Madlanga is taking its second witness for the day. Are we going to Madlanga? Okay, yeah, it's okay. The people that whisper in my ears are whispering in my ears. So just a slight correction from our part. We're going into the Madlanga Commission and not the ad hoc. So we'll go into the Madlanga Commission this afternoon. And then you can always catch up with what's been happening elsewhere, via SABC News on 404. Let's take a quick pause. Then we come back and we get ready for Ondela Mbana.
SAFM 104 to 107 nationwide. SAFM has signed a code of conduct that is enforced by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa. Under the code, we are committed to giving news that is accurate, comment that is fair, and programming that is not harmful, does not amount to hate speech, or contain violence or explicit sex. If you think we are not living up to that code, then you can inform the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa. Direct any complaints in writing to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa. PO Box 142365, Craig Hall 2024. Fax to 011-326-3198 or an email to bccsa@nabsa.co.za. For more information, please visit www.bccsa.co.za. SAFM supports a litter-free South Africa. Play your part in keeping our surroundings and environment clean. SAFM, leading the conversation.
Outsurance is in the business of saving you money on your car insurance premium. If they can't, ask for 500 Rand. SMS out to 30754. That's out to 30754.
Thank you, Bridget. On the top stories, 7 die in a taxi accident in Basonia, and 3 names recommended for the IEC Commissioner position. For SAFM News, I'm Ondelambana, and a very good day. 7 people have lost their lives in Basonia, south of Johannesburg, after a minibus taxi collided with a bakkie. Johannesburg Metropolitan Police Department spokesperson Xolani Fihla says multiple injuries have also been reported.
A fatal accident has been reported along Kumara Road between Tarantal Avenue and Peter Ackroyd Avenue in Basonia, south of Johannesburg, involving 2 vehicles, a Toyota Quantum minibus taxi and a bakkie. Multiple injuries have been reported, with 7 fatalities confirmed from the minibus taxi.
The National Assembly has recommended 3 names of candidates to be appointed as IEC commissioners. The nominees are Joyce Pitso, Judge Dana Pillay, and Mosotho Mwepia, who is the current chairperson of the IEC. They were approved yesterday, and their names have been sent to President Cyril Ramaphosa. They were interviewed by an independent panel chaired by Chief Justice Mandisa Maya. Hawks section head Brigadier Lisiba Mokoena has been questioned about the presence of the Hawks at the Katiso Katie Molefe's home in Johannesburg during a police takedown in December last year. This comes as various witnesses testifying at the Madlanga Commission have accused the Hawks of interfering in police operations at Molefe's Sandhurst home. However, Mokoena has defended the presence of the Hawks, adding that they had to ensure that they were not being impersonated.
If you wanted to know if there's a police operation in Sandhurst, why did you not call the police station in Sentin to verify that? Why did you have to call the Hawks who are all over Gauteng to go to the address?
Thank you, Commissioner. When he called me, I think, according to me, he did know that I've got a team that is movable at any time. And then allegation of the Hawks members with the national head. When it came to me, then I have to dispatch my members to go and verify.
The NPA in Gauteng says it's confident it has a watertight case against a 38-year-old man accused of killing 2 young women in Mamelodi, east of Pretoria. The women, aged 21 and 22 respectively, and said to be cousins, were fatally shot. Their bodies were found next to a road in Mamelodi East Extension 17 on Sunday. A 3rd person was wounded and taken to the local healthcare facility. Gauteng NPA spokesperson Lumka Mahanjana.
The NPA is definitely going to make sure that this matter is watertight when it goes for trial. You must remember, gender-based violence is a priority to the NPA, so this matter is also a priority to the NPA. You must understand one of the deceased here is the girlfriend to the accused person. So you must remember he is charged with premeditated murder precisely because he went out of his way to get a gun that is unlawful and got an ammunition that is unlawful because he was jealous of his girlfriend.
The Hamas-run health ministry in Gaza says yesterday's airstrikes have killed more than 100 people. Israel launched the attacks after accusing Hamas of killing a soldier in violation of the U.S. brokered ceasefire. The Israeli army said it struck 30 militant commanders but gave no details. The BBC's Sebastian Asher has the details.
Hospital and civil defense sources in Gaza say that a number of children and women were among those killed. The scenes were reminiscent of the height of the war. The Israeli military says that it's now resumed enforcing the ceasefire. President Trump has backed Israel's right to strike back if its soldiers are killed, but insisted the ceasefire was not at risk. But it's certainly under strain. Hamas has said it has 2 more bodies of dead hostages to return, but postponed the planned handover of 1 body because of the Israeli strikes. Any sense that some level of trust might be building between the 2 sides seems a vain hope for now.
Recapping the top story, 7 people have lost their lives in Basonia, south of Johannesburg, after a minibus taxi collided with a buggy. I'm Mundilambana for SFM News Headlines at 2:30.
Outsurance will go out of their way to try and save you money on your car insurance. If they can't, ask for 500 Rand. SMS out to 30754. That's out to 30754. You could spend 10 minutes trying to fix the office printer or get a 10-minute quote from Outsurance that could save you thousands on your car insurance. For her 2025 Hyundai Exter, 65-year-old Helena now pays only 398 Rand a month. And for her 2024 Haval H6 4x4, 50-year-old Priya pays just 1,178 Rand a month. Ready to get more out of your car insurance? SMS out to 30754. That's out to 30754. Outsurance, licensed insurer and FSP. TCs and information online.
I don't love waking up before the sunrise. I don't love wearing a school uniform. But I do love learning. I do love saving my mom money on transport and uniforms while I still get a good education. I do love UCT Online High School because I do love my future. Apply online before 28 November.
Don't miss your chance to shape the future. The Limpopo Investment Conference 2025. Limpopo Rising, Africa's new investment frontier. Your gateway to unparalleled opportunities. From October 30 and 31st in Polokwane. Seize the groundbreaking prospects in mining, agriculture, tourism, and green energy. Connect with global visionaries and investors driving Africa's economic boom. Limpopo's wealth is waiting. Be part of the rise. Join the conversation on lic.lcxonline.co.za. Invest in Limpopo. Invest in success.
This October month, SFM joins the world in breast cancer awareness. We bring you conversations that highlight the importance of early detection, survivor stories that inspire hope, and expert advice that could save lives. Together, let's spread awareness and support the fight against breast cancer. SAFM, leading the conversations that move us.
You might not always notice us, but your safety is our priority. From the moment you step out of your home, drop your child at school, or arrive at work, when you trust someone to cut a new set of keys or attend a packed stadium event. From VIP protection to safeguarding goods and property, your security matters to us. Choose wisely. Choose right. Only use CIRA accredited security service providers. CIRA. Safer homes, safer businesses, safer communities.
Extraordinary is built on innovation, and Vodacom Business is leading the way. They provide the cloud that scales with ambition, AI that drives smarter decisions, and IoT that connects what truly matters, and secure connectivity that keeps everything moving. From small enterprises to public sector solutions, Vodacom Business is creating a future where every connection counts. Stronger businesses, thriving communities, a nation ready to lead. Visit www.vodacombusiness.co.za. Together, let's build the extraordinary. Vodacom Business, further together.
It's exam time again. With 3 teenagers, that used to mean late-night cramming sessions and very stressed-out kids. Not anymore, thanks to Memorex. This all-natural supplement helps reduce mental fatigue and stress and helps my kids concentrate for longer. And when it's time to write, Memorex improves their memory retention and recall. Exam time equals Memorex time. Memorex, the X factor in memory reboot. Visit memorx.co.za.
Available at leading pharmacies and health shops.
Streaming Scheme Sum on the way to class.
Catching the Premier League
while waiting for your order?
Jamming to Metro FM before you even get out of bed?
On SABC Plus, sinayo yonke into ifunayo. Your shows, your music, your way, anytime, anywhere. Zero subscription fees.
On your phone, tablet, or smart TV.
Download SABC Plus on iOS or Google Play Store.
Clientele is here to safeguard you and your family with compassion because life happens. Be part of a family that truly cares. Our funeral dignity plans have helped South Africans bury their loved ones with dignity for more than 30 years. Let us help you create a meaningful tribute that honors your life and those of your loved ones. We pay out within 24 hours and you will get double accident cover with a clientele funeral plan. Our plans are affordable. Pick the option that suits your needs. Easy to apply, no medical examinations, and no paperwork. SMS SAFM to 48031. That's 48031. Clientele Life is an authorized FSP and licensed life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
In a world where safety matters, you deserve protection you can trust. CIRA regulates South Africa's private security industry, ensuring only trained and qualified providers serve the public. From bodyguards and assets in transit to electronic security, investigations, event safety, locksmiths, and guarding. Every service must meet the highest standards. CIRA, protecting you and those who protect you.
Gender-based violence is destroying lives and tearing communities apart. It happens in homes, in schools, at workplaces, and too often in silence. But it doesn't have to continue. If you see it, speak out. If you are hurting, reach out. Because doing nothing is not an option. Listen to all 19 SABC radio stations for hard talk, discussions, advice, dramas, educational shows, and interviews around GBV with experts, survivors, lawmakers, and a whole country affected by gender-based violence. All on your favorite SABC radio station. Call 0800 428 428 to report abuse or get help. GBV, it ends with you. This message is brought to you by the SABC. The Full Circle with Bridget Masinga, Monday to Friday, 1 to 3 p.m.
All right, it's just gone 10 past 2 o'clock, and they are back from that lunch break. They gave us a bit of a scare there for a second because Matlanga is always on schedule. They are back from that lunch break with a new witness on the stand. Captain Barry Kruger is set to testify now. So we're going to dip back into that live proceeding, and that means that's where we leave it from our end on the Full Circle for this afternoon. It's over to the Matlanga Commission.
Okay. Now, Captain, can we start on page 1 of your statement? You will see that there are annexures to your statement as well, before I get to your statement, and they are marked BK125. Do you see that?
I do, Commissioner.
Thank you. Now, if we can go to your statement at page 1, in paragraphs 1 and 2, you introduce yourself and you set out your employment history with the South African Police Services. Can you just give us a brief rundown of your service history?
Thank you, Commissioner. Yes, I've got 32 years service running, Commissioner, and I was working at the Ekurhuleni Flying Squad and Tactical Task Team before I took a transfer to where I am now by the DPCI Hawks Toms section, Your Worship, Your Commissioner, sorry. I was transferred to the Hawks last year, April 2024, where we do priority crimes, J50s, escorting of high-profile suspects, and I am also our siege negotiator for the police. Thank you, Commissioner.
And your rank is captain. When did you become a captain?
I became captain at the Hawks in 2024, the 1st of December 2024, Commissioner.
And who do you report to, and who did you report to in December 2024?
I report direct to my section head, Brigadier Makwena, Commissioner.
Do you still report to him today?
Yes, Commissioner.
Now, at paragraph 3 of your statement, you start with the events that transpired on the 6th of December 2024. Can you just take us step by step with how you got involved in the events that transpired on that day?
Thank you, Commissioner. I was on duty the day in question, Commissioner. I was at that stage still living in the East Rand after I took the transfer. But because we had to go do an operation that evening in Northwest, I found it that we would stay in the Pretoria area. So Warrant Officer Nkosi would collect us with a better vehicle and take us to the place, the destination. We were supposed to do the briefing and that night and have our operation. At that stage, Constable de Gouveia and myself were driving a Ford Focus, but it was not affixed with blue lights or sirens, Commissioner.
And who is Constable de Gouveia?
He's also a member from the TOMS, Commissioner.
And around about what time was it that you found yourself in Pretoria?
It was just about before 4 o'clock, 1600 hours, Commissioner. Thank you.
And you say Warrant Officer Nkosi was going to assist you. Who is he?
Warrant Officer Nkosi is also from our team, and he was driving a bakkie that is of the team bakkie that we would have all three climbed in this bakkie and done the operation at night, Your Commissioner.
Okay, you may proceed. What happened then?
Okay, I then got a phone call from my Brigadier Mokoena, informing me that I had to go to an address I did not know, 137 Empire Place in Sandhurst in Johannesburg, Commissioner, and to verify if there was a legitimate police operation underway there, as people were saying that they are from the Hawks and it was not our team involved there. Yes, Commissioner.
And when did you say you received this call? Around about what time? We're now at paragraph 3 and 4 of your statement.
Yes, it was around 1600 hours. Yes, Commissioner.
And when Brigadier Mokoena asked you to go to the address, what was your response to him?
I informed him that I'm just far away because I was in Pretoria North as we were going to go do an operation later, and that my vehicle that I'm driving at the moment did not have blue lights or sirens, and that the tires were not properly roadworthy, Commissioner.
Did you mention to him that you were in Pretoria North?
According to my recognition, yes, I did, Commissioner.
And when you say that the tires were in a bad condition, what do you mean and why is that relevant?
We're waiting for new tires for the vehicle, the set vehicle, and the tires were getting smooth. And because of the traffic, it was a Friday afternoon peak traffic, and then we would have been delayed if we had jumped to get to Sandhurst from Pretoria. Yes, Commissioner.
And what was Brigadier Mokwena's response to what you had told him?
Brigadier Mokoena then just said to me, I must go immediately and verify if this is a legal, legitimate police operation. Yes, Commissioner.
And then at paragraph 5 of your statement on page 2, you mention a WhatsApp message. Can you tell us about that?
That is correct, Commissioner. Yes, Brigadier Mokoena then private messaged me that it was at 137 Empire Place, Sandhurst. And then also a screenshot of a vehicle, a black Audi, and also a message to say there is also a black BMW X5 at the premises.
Thank you. Can we go to a BK1, page 1? Can you confirm that this is the WhatsApp message that you received from Brigadier Mokoena?
I confirm, Commissioner.
Can you tell the commissioners why his name is reflected as Brig Clanky?
That's how I saved it on my phone. We all name as Brigadier Clanky. Yes, Commissioner.
Thank you.
And I noticed that just below the address that the Brigadier sent to you, 137 Empire Place, Sandhurst, there's that blue picture, I'll call it like that. It looks like it has not been downloaded fully. It has 46 KB. And you have referred to a vehicle. You said there was a vehicle. Is that what you were referring to?
That is correct, Commissioner.
And once downloaded, is what's reflected there where it says 46 KB, what appears at page 2?
That is correct, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Then while we're still on page 1 of BK1, you said that he also sent a message saying also Black X5.
That is correct, Commissioner.
Okay. And the downloaded motor vehicle information document, can you tell us what was that? What is it called?
We call it the MCD application, yes.
And what is it?
It's a motor vehicle circulation format that the police uses.
Okay.
Yes.
And you say the vehicle was what was the vehicle in respect of that MCD?
It was a black Audi, Commissioner.
Okay. And did Brigadier Mokoena tell you anything about these two vehicles that he had sent to you?
Only that they were at the scene, yes, Commissioner.
Did he tell you how he knew that they were at the scene?
No, Commissioner.
Then still on that page, there's a message in green that says copied a brig. Do you see it under?
That is correct.
Whose message is that?
It is my message to the Brigadier, Commissioner.
And what are you conveying in that message?
That I copy his message and I will act on it.
Okay.
Please use the language that we lay persons would understand. What do you mean copied?
I recognize his message and I will confirm and I'll get back to him. Yes, Commissioner.
Thank you, Chair. Okay, can we go back to your statement then on page 2?
Yes.
We were at paragraph 6. So you received that information, you say at 16:29, and then also the Black X5.
That is correct.
Message. Okay. Then on page 3 of your statement, paragraph 7. What did you do after you received those messages?
After I received those messages, I quickly opened a WhatsApp group and added a few members on there that can assist, Commissioner.
What was the purpose of creating the WhatsApp group?
As I stated, I was very far away, and like I said, I used to stay in the East Rand, and some members stay in the West Rand of Johannesburg and East Rand that I could get members. Maybe if I don't get there on time or quickly enough, they could also respond, Commissioner.
By East Rand, you mean the Ekurhuleni area?
That is correct. Yes, Commissioner.
West Rand. What area would that be?
In the West Rand, I would say the Krugersdorp, Randfontein areas. Yes, Commissioner. Sorry. And Soweto.
Thank you, Chair. So if you can go to BK3. Are you there?
I'm there.
Do you confirm that this is the WhatsApp group that you created?
That is correct, Commissioner.
Okay. And you said that you created it because they to add members that may be closer. Why did you have to create the WhatsApp group for members that may be closer?
That they could respond quickly to the request that we had. Yes, Commissioner.
And why was there a need to respond quickly to the call?
To confirm if it was a legit police operation at the time.
Were you told that it needed to be attended to urgently, or did you just take it upon yourself?
What I can recall is that the matter needed urgent response. Yes, Commissioner.
Was this something that was told to you by Brigadier Mokoena, or did you just assume that it was urgent?
Because Brigadier Mokoena he called me very often to hear how far I am and how far I am, so I could see the urgency of the matter, and that's why I added the other members. Yes, Commissioner.
And what is
the purpose?
What is the nearest police station to the Sandhurst?
I would think Sandton Police Station, Commissioner.
Did it not occur to you to call that police station for officers there to go verify?
It did not occur to me at the time, Commissioner, because it was stated that members are alleging that they are from DPCI, so I would think a DPCI member would go and confirm the legitimacy.
Had you been told that? So it was said they were saying they are DPCI.
That's why I was on the way to confirm that. I wasn't sure.
So you, as a DPCI, wanted to go check if they were indeed DPCI.
That is correct, Commissioner.
Are you suggesting that SUBS members would not have been able to do that?
I do not, Commissioner, but if I had to send someone else on my behalf, I would still have to go and verify for myself, because as I was the first person called, I would have to give back the proper feedback to my commander.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Chair. Then, still at paragraph 7 on page 3, you have provided the Commission with a printout of your WhatsApp group chat, which is BK2, and the screenshots at BK3. Is that correct?
That is correct, Commissioner.
Do you recall when you downloaded the WhatsApp printout?
When I downloaded the WhatsApp printout was in last month, Commissioner.
And why did you do that?
I was consulted, and then I just showed the people who consulted me the proof I still have on my phone.
Was this people from the Commission?
That is correct.
Okay. And the screenshots you still had, the WhatsApp group was, the messages were still in that WhatsApp?
Although I deleted the group, I still have the WhatsApp chat group on my phone. Yes, Commissioner.
Thank you. Now, you say that you added members to the chat. Who did you add?
I added Warrant Officer Sabelo Nkosi. I added Constable De Gouveia. I added Captain Sinjani. I added Brigadier Mokoena. And later I added Chief George from the Gauteng Traffic Air Wing.
Okay. Can you please give us the full name of King George?
Chief, sorry.
Section 3, page 3, paragraph 9.
That is correct. Chief Provincial Inspector George Raftopoulos.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. But when you initially started the group, you hadn't added Chief George and Brigadier Mokoena?
No, not yet, Commissioner.
And still in paragraph 8 of your statement, You say that you forwarded messages to the group. Which messages did you forward?
The same messages Brigadier Mokoena had forwarded to me, Commissioner.
And those would be?
The address and the MCD of the vehicle in question, the Audi, and about the black X5, Commissioner.
If I could ask you to go to BK3, page 6. Are you there?
I am there.
Do you confirm that that is the messages that you had forwarded?
I confirm, Commissioner.
You can go back to your statement and then you can tell us what you did thereafter. After you forwarded the messages in the group.
Okay, I forwarded the messages.
At paragraph 8.
Paragraph 8, the members I added was a group. Yes, it's as I stated that I added Captain Senjani, Constable de Gouveia, Warrant Officer Nkosi. I forwarded the messages I received from Mokoena to the group. I also sent a message inquiring how far the members were from the given address, Commissioner. And another message stating that men are posing to be General Libya or from General posing as Hawks members on scene.
Can I ask you to go to BK3 again and on page 7?
Yes.
That's the screenshot of the WhatsApp message. Can you read the message after also black X5?
How far members at 1630 and 1631 there is a man posing as General Libya and other DPCI members on scene and halo radios on.
Can you just explain those 3 messages to us?
The 3 explanation how far members is asking the members on the group how far they are from the address given as stated. The second message, there is a man posing as General Libya and other DPCI members on scene would be that members are posing to be of the DPCI Hawks and to be General Libya. And the halo radios on is that our team works with two-way radios, halo radios. And the request is so members would switch it on that we can communicate faster.
And the message that refers to General Libya, where did you get that information from?
I understood from Brigadier Mokoena that people were posing, or the phone call came to the General's attention, that people are saying they are from his office or that they are him.
And then we can see at paragraph, still at that page, it says you added Brig Kleinke. Can you tell us what that is in reference to?
I added Brigadier Kleinke to the WhatsApp group that we were on.
Why did you do that?
Also for the information to flow very much quicker, that if he updates or we update, that he can be notified very quickly.
And did you inform him beforehand that you would be adding him to the group?
I don't recall that I did.
And at this point, were you communicating with Brigadier Mokoena via phone, or was it phone and WhatsApps at that point?
After he sent the initial WhatsApps to me, it would have been maybe on the phone itself, direct phone call.
And how often from the time that he first called you, did he call you between the time that he first called you and you added him to the group? So it's a space of about half an hour.
I would say that more or less you'd phone me and get an update every 10 minutes, if I could say more or less.
And when he was calling for these updates every 10 minutes, what was he asking you specifically, if you can recall?
How far am I? How far out am I from the address, the given address? Yes, Commissioner.
Okay. Then at paragraph 9 of your statement on page 3, you deal with how you added Chief George to the group. Can you tell us?
Yes, that's correct. During one of the phone calls with Brigadier, he mentioned that why don't I hear by Chief George if they don't have anybody closer to the address that was given.
And can you tell us why Chief George would be an appropriate person to make that request to?
A lot of our operations, Chief George and his members would be in our operations with us, and he's a trusted member to the Toms, him and his members.
Can I ask a question? Is he a member of the Hawks?
No, he's a member of the Gauteng Traffic Air Wing.
Yes, which leads to my real point. If you could get assistance from the Gauteng Traffic Department, why could you not get similar assistance from Rosebank Police Station, which is less than 5 kilometers away, and the Sandton Police Station, which is less than 5 kilometers away? Because this was not an operation. Your instruction was to go to Sandhurst to verify whether there was a legitimate police operation there. So why could you not get the police to, because you are an hour away in Pretoria North, your other team members are in Krugersdorp, Mkhale City, Friday afternoon, 4 p.m. peak traffic to get to Sandhurst. You have Rosebank there, you have Sandton there. Why did you not ask them to do the same thing you are asking Chief George to do?
I understand your question, Commissioner. It's like I stated that we have a close relationship with Chief George and a trusted relationship with him and his members. And at that stage, I did not have Sandton Police Station's phone number on hand as we were trying to get through the traffic. And it was just much quicker to phone Chief George and to ask if he's got any members around the area that could check for us and wait for us to arrive to contain the scene. Yes.
You say it's quicker to get the details of a black Audi and who owns it than to get the phone numbers of the Sandton Police Station?
No, it's not. It's just that it was mentioned, and that was just a option, Commissioner.
Because I don't understand if people are an hour away.
I
and
understand
there's a
what
police
you-
station less than 5 kilometers from where you're supposed to go. And the purpose of you going there is simply to verify whether it's the Hawks who are there. Why can't the police do it? That's the part I don't understand.
No, I understand the question. Yeah, just like all I can say is that because we trust that there's a trust built between Chief George and his members and our team, Commissioner. That's what I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kumalo. Now, what assistance was Chief George going to give?
If he's from the air wing, but he does have members on ground. That was my question to him. If he's got any members around the area that can quicker respond than in the distance that we are far from. And Chief George let no, he doesn't have any ground members on the ground at the moment, but he does have a helicopter available.
And so was it your understanding that he was then going to deploy the helicopter?
That is correct, Commissioner.
And did he say that he would do so?
Yes, Commissioner.
Can we then go to page 8 of BK3? Can you just confirm here that you then add Chief George? And there's now again a message with the address with Chief George traffic. Why was that message sent? It seems like it was sent by you.
Yes, it is sent by me, Commissioner. I added Chief George and I resent him the address so that he knows, obviously, for the helicopter to give the information through.
Okay. And then just before that, if we can go to page 7, the page just before that, page 7, where you added Brigadier Mokoena.
Yes, Chief.
Can you tell us the messages that follow after you added Brigadier Mokoena? Who sent those messages to the group?
Those messages, when after I added Brigadier Mokoena, was Brigadier Mokoena himself The same message he sent me, he sent to the group, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Is that both the message in blue, the one that's not downloading, and the one that says also Black X file?
That's correct, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloy. So if we can go back to the following page where you had added Chief George, and you sent the address. There's between 1636 and then 1642, he sends a message, chopper airborne. That's to confirm that he's now deployed the helicopter.
That's correct, Commissioner, yes.
Now, when he did this, where were you at this point?
Myself,
Yes, you and Constable de Gavea.
I was still on the highway, I think it's the N1, approaching Johannesburg, Commissioner.
And how far would you say you were from the address at that point? In minutes?
In minutes, I'd say between 15 and 20 minutes away, Commissioner.
Okay, and then if we can go back to your statement at page 4. At paragraph 12, this is after Chief George has now deployed the helicopter. You refer to other attempts that you had made to get assistance from elsewhere. Can you deal with that, please?
Thank you, Commissioner. Yes, I have many groups on my phone where it is other police members or security companies, it's crime combating WhatsApp groups, that I did request that if anyone is in that area, they can private message me, please, urgently.
Why did you feel the need to do that when you've now already have the assistance of Chief George?
Just someone on the ground that can, like I said, contain the scene till I can arrive and confirm myself.
Maybe if you can just help us, Captain Kruger. You get a instruction from Brigadier Mokoena to simply verify whether the Hawks are executing an operation at this address. That is really the extent of the request or the instruction. You then get hold of Chief George, which you say was at the suggestion of Brigadier Mokoena, but you also then go into these other operational chat groups of yours to try and get assistance. Why was there such a need, an urgent need for this to be attended to when it seemed like it was just a simple instruction to go and verify whether there was an operation or not?
It would come down to the urgency that Brigadier Mokoena would phone me very often to find out how far I was. And once again, like to say I said the urgency, and for me to be able to get there myself to give proper feedback from a DPCI member to my commander.
So these attempts that you made was really informed by the pressure or the urgency expressed by Brigadier Mokoena for you to attend to the scene.
That is correct, Commissioner.
Captain, what did you anticipate, or what did you expect you were going to find at this scene? Because in paragraph 12, with these messages where you're asking for assistance, it looks like, it reads like you're organizing quite widely, and you could have turned up with any number of people. And if you're sending out word like that and you're going to attract a lot of people, what did you anticipate is happening at the scene? What information did you have?
I understand the question. Thank you, Commissioner. You will never know on your way like that, and you're under pressure to get there and get all the answers that was required. But it could come anything down to because there's a lot of crimes happening where people say they are police. They open the gate, people get robbed, house robbery, then it's fake police or such. It would come down to people presuming to be police and not police, but using the police's name to extort money from somebody, or like I said, house robbery. So that was quite urgent, yes, Commissioner.
guess what I'm trying to understand is you went to a scene, you had no idea what you're going to meet. You
That
didn't
is
know
correct.
what number of people were there. You don't know whether they are armed. Aren't those basic questions that you would have asked or should have asked of Brigadier Mkwena when he instructed you to go there
No,
to
you're correct,
at least have an
Commissioner.
understanding of what scene are you going to be confronting?
You're correct, Commissioner, because you don't know how many people you will
Yes.
confront once you arrive, and is it criminals that you can have a shootout with, or so forth.
And he didn't provide you with any of that information
No,
other than these two vehicles that you will find there.
Not to say two vehicles, but it was two that were identified at the time
Mm.
of the information given, yes. But you also don't know how many vehicles you would find on arrival or so.
Yes, I know you don't know. I'm asking a different question that you basically went to a scene, you were driving towards a scene and you were mobilizing people and you had no information other than there's an operation by people who are claiming to be DPCI.
That is
You didn't
correct.
know what you're going to meet there, what you're going to walk into.
That is correct, Commissioner, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloy. If we can stay on page 8 of BK3, there is a voice note, a 14-second voice note at 16:44. Can you tell us what that voice note was?
The voice note on that specific day and time, Commissioner, I was telling the members that it seems to be a legitimate police operation. The feedback that I got from one of the groups that I requested someone to private me urgently.
Now, this feedback that you got, you say it was from one of the operational groups. Can you just elaborate on that? What kind of group is it, and what members are in this group that you got this information from?
It's crime groups where people of security companies, police, the different traffic departments would be on, Commissioner. And the persons that's sent me a message, I just can't remember because after a while I started deleting of the many messages. The message came from one of the members who responded to my request on one of the groups.
And this would have been somebody from a private security company in that group
That is correct, Commissioner.
who would presumably have been operating in the area near the house.
That is correct, Commissioner.
Okay.
It must have been people you trusted because you sought them out for assistance.
Yes, Commissioner.
Now you get the assistance you require. You get told that this is a legitimate police operation.
That is correct.
Do you not pause at that point and reflect?
I forwarded to the WhatsApp group in question, but like I say, to give proper feedback to my commander, I need still to arrive and confirm for myself who am I speaking to, a contact number or so forth, to give proper feedback, Commissioner.
But why do you still need a chopper airborne once you've been told by the security people you trust that the scene you are going to is a legitimate police operation?
I think the feedback came from both simultaneously or within a few minutes from each other, Commissioner.
Because it's only 2 minutes after Chief George told you that chopper airborne. I'm looking at paragraph 11 and 12 of your statement. At 16:42, Chief George says to you, chopper airborne. And then at 16:44, you get told that this is a legitimate police operation. So why do you not say to Chief George, you can back off now? I've been told that this is a legitimate police operation. Why do you still allow him to go to Sandhurst?
That would be Chief George's own decision, I think, also just to confirm and should we arrive, the backup we need at the moment.
He was called by you. How can it be his own decision? He's there to assist you.
No, I understand the question. No, I didn't think to tell Chief George to stand down at that time because they were already airborne. And for them, it's just a minute or two to fly there, and the backup would be there, Commissioner.
And
do you have any idea how this other person, possibly from security companies, would have established that this was a legitimate operation. I'm asking this in the context of what we have learned from other witnesses. I have not heard any interaction with the subs officers who were engaged in the takedown. Is it take or taking?
Takedown.
The takedown. I've not heard anything from them that they ever had any interaction with a person other than officers from the DPCI regarding the legitimacy of the operation. Could this person have been, and how could they have established that the operation was legitimate? Do you have any idea?
That is a good question, Commissioner, because I would also like to know how do they know that if they never spoke to anybody or took a phone number or a name of someone in charge? So, no, the question I understand and I respect it.
So, sorry, Captain, sorry to come back to this point. It looks like it's Chief George who's telling you this on page 9 of the annexures. Chief George says legal subs operation, counterintelligence task team appointed by General Kumalo, Lieutenant General Kumalo in charge. It's Chief George who's saying this.
That is correct, Commissioner.
And he's a police officer, so you're not talking to some security guard or security company that you don't know.
No, the message had come from Chief George, you're correct, Commissioner.
Yes. So at that point, why do you not say to him, there's no need for you to go there. You have confirmed that this is a legitimate police operation. You've identified the commander of the operation. Why is there still a need to go to the Sandhurst property?
Like I state again, for myself to get the name of the commander in charge and forward that information to my commander again, Commissioner.
The objective is different now. You are now going to simply get the name.
Yes.
Why do you not tell the other teams to back off? I've been told that this is a legitimate police operation. I will now go simply to get the details of the person in charge of the scene.
You are correct, Commissioner. Yes. Like I was only 7 or 8 minutes at that time, I think, away from the scene, so I still proceeded anyway to turn around and go all the way back to Pretoria. Let me just stand off and I can get the correct information. Because Chief George, if he was in the helicopter, I don't know how would he have got any information of somebody on the ground. And yeah, I could give proper feedback to my commander.
My concern is not you still continuing to go there. I understood you to be saying you would still need to go to get the details of the person in charge there. My question is, why do you not tell the other teams to back off once you were made aware that this is a legitimate police operation?
I understand, yes, now. I don't know why I did not. I just said I'm still on my way to confirm. I don't know why. But I can say on my arrival, I did not find anybody standing there that I sent or I asked help from. Yes, Commissioner.
So the only downloads that we have, chat downloads that we have, are those between you and Brigadier Mukwena, and those amongst the group members. We have no download from the other groups, because your last sentence of paragraph 12 says, at approximately 1644, I received feedback from one of these groups. I do not recall which group, that the operation taking place at the address in Sandhurst was legitimate. So we have no downloads from other groups.
Commissioner, I forwarded it on page 8.
Oh.
On page 8, the last picture, it shows green from my forwarded message. It said forwarded. It's a legitimate police operation. I will send you Ops Commander's number. And it continues to page 9. That was sent to me from whoever I asked, that I just can't remember who. So the message I got, I forwarded it onto that group. Yes, Commissioner.
So that was from that group.
Yes,
forwarded it from a chat from that group.
Yes, Commissioner.
Onto this group.
That is correct.
General Clenky Mukwena and
That is correct, Commissioner.
thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
And just to follow up, in fact, Captain Sinjani, immediately thereafter, we are on page 9, gives you a thumbs up and says, okay, should we stand down? Because that's the normal attitude. Once you become aware that this is a legitimate police operation, people would say, why do we still need to go there? Should we stand down?
Yes.
How come the answer is not, yes, stand down, I will go there simply to verify who the person in charge of the scene is?
At that stage, I did not know how far Captain Sinjani was out from the given address, and myself was not far. So all I can think is it just needs one of our members to stand off there and gather the correct information and to give feedback, Commissioner.
Can we just go back to what happens after the voice note that you receive? And that is on page 8. So you receive the voice, you send the voice note saying that it's a legitimate operation. That is based on the information that you get from one of the operational WhatsApp groups.
That's correct.
Then Captain Sinjani says, I'm 20 kilometers away, but traffic is chock-a-block.
That's correct. Yes, sir.
You then forward a message at the message that you get from a group. Is it the same message that the same group as the message that you had gotten earlier that you then send the voice note in respect of?
Yes.
Okay. And so the person confirmed with you verbally, or was it in the WhatsApp group when you sent the voice note?
They sent this message to me privately.
Okay.
Then
So when you can continue.
Then I forwarded it to the group.
So when you get the message that says it's a legitimate police operation, do you then first send the voice note? We're on page 8 at 1644. What informs the voice note? Is it the same message that
Yes,
you
because
forward
it's the same
later?
time. 1644 is the same time I sent the written message as well.
Okay. And if we then go to page 9, where we have the message from Chief George, is he also getting that information from the same WhatsApp group, the operational WhatsApp group that you're referring to, or is this a different source? Do you know?
I think that's a different source. I'm not sure.
Okay, because you say in your message, I will send you ops commander's number.
Yes.
That is from the person that's informing you.
Yes.
They'll send it. And then Chief George, about what's the 7 minutes, 8 minutes later, sends the counterintelligence task team information. First, he sends legal SAPS ops at 1649.
Yes.
And then he sends the 1652 message. You don't know where he got that information from.
No, Commissioner, I don't.
Okay. And you didn't inquire from him where he got that information from, because his information is more specific than what you had received.
Yes, not at the time I didn't know.
Now, Commissioner Kumalo had asked you why you didn't stand down at that point, and you said you needed to verify for yourself. What would have happened if you took the information that you received from your operational WhatsApp group that it was a legitimate operation, and you didn't go there and you find out that it wasn't a legitimate operation?
Yes, correct. Because I was entrusted with the information to go to the address, and if I did not give the proper feedback, or it came back that I gave feedback that was incorrect, I would stand to be charged.
Well, did Brigadier Mokoena say anything to you? Because there's nothing from him in the WhatsApp messages, but did he say anything to you privately or contact you to confirm that it was a legitimate operation? Did you chat to him after you received this information?
I can't remember if I spoke to him in between, because if you see the time is spanning almost to when I stood off, and I was still following a GPS on the phone to get to the address, because I didn't know the address. So I don't know if I spoke to him, but to tell him that I was getting information that it is a legit, but the onus was on me, put on me to confirm it was a legit operation.
I think we can accept that when you get information from the private security company, perhaps you do still need to go and confirm it for yourself.
Yes.
But as Commissioner Kumalo says, once you get the information from Chief George and it is very specific that it's a counterintelligence task team, they give the name of the general that's in charge. They even tell you who the lieutenant colonel is who's in charge. Why does that not indicate to you that perhaps, it's been confirmed, I don't need to go and confirm it for myself?
At that stage, the Chief George's confirmation, I would not know how he got it or how he knows these people. And given the fact that I was not far out, I still continued.
In fact, according to the timeline, based on what you say about your time of arrival, you were only about 8 minutes away at that stage.
That is correct, Commissioner.
Thank you, Chair. Now, then can we go to page 9 of BK?
SAFM 104 to 107 nationwide.
On the top stories, no official record on Hawk's deployment to Molefe's home and a motion of no confidence filed against Morero. For SAFM News, I'm Ondelambana, and a very good afternoon. The Madlanga Commission has heard how there is no record on the Hawks deployment to the home of murder accused Katiso Keita Molefe in December last year. This has been confirmed by Hawks section head Brigadier Lisiba Mukwena, who has defended the unit's presence on the day Molefe was arrested. Previous witnesses at the commission have accused the Hawks of trying to interfere in police operations when Molefe was arrested. Mukwena, who was responding to Commissioner Advocate Sesi Baloyi, defended the decision, labeling it as an emergency operation.
It was irregular to us because just a call our superior run. That's what we did.
Brigadier, maybe lastly, let me say this. I think South Africans, certainly speaking for myself, will be very concerned that the DPCI participates in operations that are not on record. There's no record of operations. This may not be the only one. Why should South Africans not be concerned?
Commissioner, my respond on that. I indicated to say the members that are dispatched, the 2 members, were not there to join the operation. We're there to confirm, to verify.
A motion of no confidence has been filed against Johannesburg Mayor Dada Morero by minority coalition partners in the city's government of local unity. The parties accuse Morero of administrative interference and undermining governance. They say the city has been without a permanent city manager for over a year and that power has been centralized within the mayor's office. The ANC has dismissed the move as politically motivated and a desperate attempt to destabilize the city. This is minority governing party Secretary Yongama Zigebe.
Due to deliberate stalling and interference by the executive mayor, this has resulted in a compromised administration where acting appointments